Hello, Marie.
Hello, Rishiji. Namaste.
Namaste.
It's so interesting that you're talking about this today because lately I've been noticing that. Do you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. My sadhana, there's been quite a bit of struggle and sitting down and meditation, a lot of lack of concentration and a lot of thinking happening. But I also noticed now as you're sharing this with me, that as I increase my time of meditation, there's also this sense of wanting to accomplish something that's showing up. And there is, like a while back, I would just sit, just to enjoy this time. And even during daytime, I would just just let me rest. And this time of quiet was that. For a while, just last little while, it's been like,
Very good.
And consequently, almost like the mind, I guess, took over to the wantingness to accomplish something. Well, everything is here already.
Yes, it's so good for you to see this, though, because this is actually this small little nugget of ego that hides out, right? And then the more you become engaged in your spiritual pursuit, the more this small little nugget of ego presence, me presence, not ego in a negative way, just the sense of this body is me, this little ego presence grows in any way that it possibly can, and then co-ops the spiritual process, right? And this is what you're describing. It goes back into striving in some way.
Yes.
It goes back into setting a goal, requiring the sadhana look a certain way. So it becomes it complicates itself. And through this complication, reinforces this small sense that I am the doer. I am doing something, and I will attain a goal, and I am the practitioner of this sadhana. All of this I, but now we're not talking about I am, right? We're talking about I, me. And this is the way in which we can engage in the pursuit of liberation, all the while having this little ego self suck energy off of it in order to sustain itself. This can be easily remedied by staying present in your sitting with the recollection, there is nothing here. I am nothing. There is no one doing this. This is going on its own. Because you may have noticed, Marie, that the tendency to sadhana is very strong in you, comes quite spontaneously, and demands of you that you sit down or spend more time with yourself or relax more or whatever, so you really have no need of this me to direct the sadhana. The sadhana will happen on its own in a certain way, but not if you forget that which is aware is here now. If you keep this simple recollection, you see, this is where the effort of sadhanas needs to be applied, not in a massive way of setting up a huge program for yourself, but in this simple way of remembering in every circumstance that which is aware is here now. And if you are truly doing this, what you will notice when you have time to sit down and meditate, keep quiet, be still, remain as you are for an hour, for 2 hours, for several days in a row, whatever. When you have that time, you will notice that there is still a loss of this recognition that that which is aware is here now. And now you're sitting and you have the proper position on the proper cushion and everything is perfect the way that you want your sadhana to be. But inside your mind, there is no quiet. There is no peace. So you're sitting on your cushion. Everyone thinks, oh, look at her. She is so peaceful and so calm. But you know the truth. You are there thinking about this and that and planning this and planning that and dealing with this from the past and that from the past and blah, blah, blah. This relationship and that relationship. You are absolutely not in the remembrance. That which is aware is here now. But you have the opportunity in that potential silence to remind yourself, yes, even here where this monkey mind is trying to set up house, I am aware, and I know I am aware. So now monkey mind can do whatever it likes, because the deeper knowing of awareness itself is the foundation, even for monkey mind, isn't it?
Yes, it's really interesting for me to observe how when I have had this kind of unscheduled times of sitting, and it just came up naturally, just without
Yes.
without like scheduling would also imply, I guess, wanting to accomplish something, but more be connected with that natural desire, longing for silence and recognition of silence just at any moment.
Yes.
I've had that happen when just the day was busy and it was like, just let me sit and recognize for however short or longer. The scheduling, it seems to be bringing with itself certain expectation and setting it up in a certain way. Well, it feels more natural just to connect always, as much as time permits or
this
call
kind
is
of
there.
scheduling and so on that you're talking about is exactly what I was pointing at earlier when I said you have to pay attention to the fact that your sadhana is going on all the time. So if sadhana is going on all the time, then what is the point of your schedule?
Yes.
You see? So this simple understanding gives you the opportunity to free yourself from the scheduling and still continue to do your sadhana, because do understand that in the earlier stages of practice, we do schedule our sitting time and our alone time and things like this as a way of supporting sadhana, right? But then what happens when you realize that sadhana is going on all the time?
Mm-hmm.
You see, the necessity of the scheduling isn't there anymore. Now you can simply be quiet when you're quiet, and when the neighbor walks through the door, you engage. And the neighbor walks out, and you go right into the next moment of silence because nothing else came up. You see, it's not on schedule, but it's happening anyway. And this is what you're referring to. This is a much more natural way of being.
Still don't want to give up my morning sitting.
There's no requirement to do that. There's absolutely no requirement to do that. And for many of us, there's so much enjoyment and pleasure in doing that, we carry this on throughout our whole lives. It's not but now it's not a labor, you see. There's no need that I force myself to do it. I do it out of the joy of doing it, out of the recognition that this is the self fulfilling itself in this life. You see, this is very different, isn't it?
And that's how it was, a while back. But just recently, it's so interesting that this is what you're talking about today, because just recently I noticed
and of course
that.
it would be like this, because you see, when you say, well, it was like that just a while back and now it's come like this again, this is what happens as a samskara. A tendency works its way out. This is the way it appears, is that it comes back again. So just remember that everything is your sadhana. So it's not coming back again to haunt you. It's coming back again to show you that there is still this residual bit of tendency that's there. And then we can have a conversation like this, and you can realize the illusory quality of that experience, right? Of that tendency. And you can let it go more easily the next time. And each time you let it go more easily, this idea that somehow something left and something came back, and before it was like this, and now it's like, as soon as all of that is gone for you, then things just come and go naturally in their own state. They rise and fall as they need to, and there's no consideration of them.
It's so beautiful. Just all of it is this. All of it.
Now you are just in spontaneous life, life itself, coming and going, or not, as it wants to.
Thank you, Rishiji.
Yes.
Thank you.
Keep going. Just remember that all of these insights are the fruit of this regular practice. And these insights will just keep coming. And you will see this patterning in different ways. The key is let go. See the pattern, let go. See the pattern, let go. Don't cling to anything. Don't define yourself in any way, except that which is aware. That which sees all of this. That which somehow lets go. And then you will find this stability and this foundation, this recognition of pure awareness, consciousness itself. Beautiful, yes.
It's always here, and that's so. It's just like you're sharing this, and how can it be missed? At times, always here. Thank you.
So everyone, look right now. Is there something in front of awareness itself, in front of your quote, unquote, awareness, that is preventing you from seeing that which is aware is here now? Ask yourself that question. Is there something in this moment preventing me from this full recognition? That which is aware is here now, in the simplicity and truth of that. If there is, don't feel bad about it. Just don't pick it up. Let it go. Recognize that it is what is preventing you from this fuller recognition that which is aware is here now. Be easy about it. Let go, let go, let go. there will come a moment when the one who lets go disappears.